Hello, everybody, and a happy Monday. A muggy yet not scorching, sort of strange July rainy day here in DFW. Glad you're along. Welcome to Virtual Happy Hour. Thumbs up, you can hear me. That is the drill anyway, as I put the thumbs up so I can see. I'll put the thumbs up. So if you hear me, it's a thumbs up. I've got audio. It looks like we're rolling right along, which means it's time to roll the open. It's time again, Virtual Happy Hour. Roll the air on Monday. Here we go, everybody. Let's roll the open. Oh, yes. Happy Monday. Happy Monday for the July holiday is over. We are now into July. It is, good morning, Glenn, over in Australia. Glad you're along, mate. And audio's kind of cracky. It may be a little loud. Let me bring that down a bit. Don't know, my engineer, the wife, told me it's cracky. And what that means? Cracky. Let's see here. I've got audio going. It was a little loud earlier, so maybe let me bring it down just a tad here. Here we go. Okay, it's okay. All good. Glad you guys are along on a Monday. Again, I do apologize if the audio is cracky. Glad you're along Monday. Virtual happy hour. Glad you're along. My mom will be joining me in just a moment. She's standing by in the virtual green room. You too can join us in the virtual green room. Thank you very much for the kind words, Morgan. I've actually got a logo of me like in like beachwear, but I gotta get it all finished. I just got a long list of little odds and ends we're doing. But good to see Morgan, Kevin as well, mate. Good to see you. Everybody's doing well Monday. Speaking of doing well, I know she is, as I've already sort of checked in at least a moment ago. Let's go to Mom Cam as she is joining us from there in Indiana. Good day, Mom. Can you read me over?
I can read you and see you, and your audio is crazy, but when your head turns to your right, it's a little bit better.
Oh, why? Move it just a tad. I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, let me.
Better.
I don't have my headphones where I can listen because I didn't bring them down upstairs. I was actually recording some stuff earlier for. So, hey, Dean, good to see you, brother. I was doing some audio. Let me kind of listen here. This will at least help me sort of monitor. Give me a second, Mom, while I produce on the fly here.
Sure.
There we go.
I'll take a sip.
Audio was doing pretty good earlier. I was actually doing some recording in the studio, so I don't know if that's got it going on or what. But so you're saying it's not right, huh, Mom?
It's strange. It goes and comes.
Strange goes and comes. Huh. That's odd.
And it's rare that I don't think I've ever heard it like that. So that's
let me try something here. Hold on. There we go. Let's try that. I don't know what it could be doing there. Any better?
Keep talking. I'm.
No better. No.
And when you turn to your left, it's worse.
Huh. That's the damnedest thing.
Now it's good now.
Huh. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, sorry about that. Trying here. I don't know what. Again, it's the budget's pretty light, so I guess it's something we're to mess with. Let's pull this off here. All right. Well, bring that down.
That's
oh, what's that?
Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. So what's going on, Mom?
Oh, not much. I'm trying to spip up the house a little bit because I'm picking Chris and Annie and Maxwell up on Wednesday evening in Detroit. So, and I'm trying to spip up my bathroom, which it's pretty hard to do. But anyway, and just doing not much, just hanging out.
Somebody tried the mic off, so it's that bad, everybody, huh? Really? Jeez, I got these fancy mics and they're not even working, huh? Crazy. That's driving me crazy, Mom. I can't believe my mics suck.
Okay, might as well test them on me as anybody, right?
Well, but I mean, I just listened to the audio a few minutes ago. As I was, like I said, I was recording some stuff for the American Association's video site and some outtakes and all that, and it sounded fun. As I was actually editing right here on this laptop, and the audio sounded pretty decent. So interesting. Huh. All right. Well, maybe it's just I don't know. Don't know. Anyway, don't turn it off. Just try it off your shirt. Huh. All right. Well, odd. Really odd, folks. I don't know why. That's just something else I got to do with Mom. It's like I said, the chat's finally going. Let's see here. Sounds the same. Yeah, try to take it off. I'm going to see Morgan out there. Anyway. So, how was fireworks, Mom, on Friday? Pretty exciting.
What? What, Friday?
Fireworks, like 4th of July, over?
Oh, 4th of July, I did very little. I went, Friday, we had our typical fireworks, and all of Stephanie's family came over, our neighborhood fireworks. And Sam and I made a bailout batch of ice cream. It was really good this year, homemade ice cream. We allowed it to sit a lot longer and ripen, and I as I said on Facebook, we might be able to replace Ben and Jerry, but on small production, and then July the 4th, I went over to eat with Stephanie's family and watch the kids do smoke bombs, et cetera, the little sparklers and whatever. You got some beautiful sounding birds in your backyard, your back.
Huh. And would that be a Southwest Airlines jet? Probably. It's what I hear right now.
Sounds like birds.
Oh, no, there are a few there. We've got the neighbors. Well, I mean, we have birds here. We have cardinals and some blue jays and sparrows, and the dog chases the crows once in a while. They're doing their thing. Anyway, thanks, guys, for the help on the audio. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. All right, so sounds like a good one.
Can you handle this? Your mom's audio is good.
No, I know. I saw that. It's a little odd. I don't know. These are supposed to be like the top of the line social media mics, and we're Australian, so maybe I don't know what the deal with that is, but they're supposed to be really good.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. We can understand you most of the time, so there you go.
Anyway. Well, the problem is, the birds were nice, but the problem it's like mosquito coast out here because it's really humid, and we had of course rain overnight, big storm overnight, and it's supposed to be spotty off and on. It's overcast now, but I didn't check the thermometer over there. It looks like it's I just know this morning it was like. It was humid. It was nice, but it was just real humid. We're at 88. That's the high today. Humidity about 9,000%. So
well, we beat you. It's been 93 here today, but it's fairly more toward the dry. But some of the air quality, like in Chicago and Detroit and places in the general area, New Buffalo, of course, that air quality is for people sensitive. Breathing problems, that the air quality is not good, but it's okay here. So anyway, the neighbors and I have sat out in my side yard and early today. So anyway, well, I will get off and let you talk with everybody else, and I'm hoping someday I get to see the likes. I have seen the likes of Kevin recently, so I hope to see him again on my mom cam. So anyway, I love you. I'll be watching what you're doing.
All right, have a good rest of your day. I love you. Enjoy your dinner. See ya. There she goes, folks. That's Mom. She is in Elkhart, Indiana. She's rocking it up there. And again, I do apologize. Don't know what to do. I'm gonna try to clip this again and just try. It's possible. Now this is possible that I may have pressed one of the buttons that I didn't mean to press, perhaps. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right back. It's possible. It's very possible. But I'm going to kind of put it right there. And, of course, the wife will be out in a few minutes, so it'll be all good. But I'm glad you guys are along on a Monday. It is good to see Melanie. Tell your husband hello. He a birthday. It was whose birthday was it recent? It wasn't his. This is Christmas. It was. What you guys have? Something was going on recently. Melanie, was it? Because y'all got married in March. His birthday is in December. I guess it was your birthday recently. I think that's what it was. Sounds like. Maybe I'm dreaming that. I don't know. Sounds like it. Anyway, Kevin out there as well. Anyway, glad you guys are along on a Monday. Keep saying that. Been a busy one here for me. We had a good weekend. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that in a moment. Hoping the video will download. We're trying to get it downloaded. Didn't do a lot. We actually canceled out of our trip to Frisco with some friends. We actually thought about going late. We kind of thought about it, and then that's what it was. Teenager in the house. That's right. That's what it was. I saw the birthday, and yes, Curtis and Melanie have two youngsters, and one's now a teen. Is that possible? I was at y'all's wedding last week, wasn't I? I mean, I think. Sounds right. But already a kiddo that's a teen. That's what crazy. That's when he had my gray hair, too, by the way. He's 3 years away from driving. But it's all payback, I'm sure. Well, anyway, we originally thought a little bit about going to our friend's house in Frisco. We did not go, but we thought about it long and hard. And let's see here. Anyway, and then we actually went to the pool, thought about doing it there late, and then it got 10 o'clock. It was one of the weirdest things. And I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't have a video of it from here, but there was several online. You can go and check it out online. But there were several videos, Los Angeles, Boston, here at Dallas, Fort Worth, where you had yes, you were at the wedding too, Mom. You were. It was a beautiful wedding there in downtown Fort Worth. Oh wait, good times afterwards too at the reception. That was good times. What are you doing, babe?
Looking.
Okay, my engineer just showed up. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay. So the helicopter flies over. The police helicopter does, and they're looking for people that are doing illegal fireworks. And I think they finally raised the white flag because if you saw the videos from across the country, LA, Boston, there was one video in Los Angeles, Southern California, where shot from the air where it's just constant fireworks going off. It was the same thing here, and it was by the time it hit dark, we were by the pool, and it was boom, 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 and the police went over, and then there was a TV helicopter went around, a couple of those went around. The police kind of hovered around a moment, and I guess they just kind of said, you know what, we're going to get them all. There's a little park a block from our house or so, and that was kind of what was going on. So anyway, yes, we didn't see for the first time, gosh, probably the first time, it might be the first time in 15, 20 years, I can't recall the 4th of July where I didn't actually see a fireworks show in person. I was usually in the broadcast booth in the 90s and in the middle part of the 2000s. I was always in the radio booth, and usually I might be on the postgame show, but I'd be looking out and see the fireworks go off. It would be something but we didn't see anything official. There was no, the big shows here in the Metroplex were sort of shut down, at least in our area. I know the other parts of the Metroplex, they may have been going on, but yeah, crazy. And just a strange 4th of July. But yeah, busy today, just Monday, it was the holiday. There's a lot of stuff going on, and just trying to get odds and ends. I had a nice interview today for my show on Wednesday. Just all kinds of stuff, just crazy stuff. My wife, you're gonna join me, or what are you doing? You're sitting, you're kind of like you're lurking there. I wasn't sure to pull these off here. I wasn't sure what you're listening to exactly. What are you listening to?
I was listening to see if your crackling got better.
Well, probably not, but you have to slide over. I don't know why it's doing that. It's crazy, but it may have been too earlier today when I was taping an interview with Dylan Tice. Get to move just a little bit, babe. I was taping an interview with Dylan Tice for Wednesday's show, and my audio was initially pretty loud. Then I realized I shot some outtakes for the other videos, and the audio was a little loud. I had to go back in the system and editing and adjust them in post production. So anyway, that was kind of So maybe it was. Am I still on, or
Yeah, I was just listening to see what you sounded like.
I'll have to check it out afterwards? But I'm watching the view meter. It looks fine to me, but
It sound from the way it was in terms of just as a listener, it sounded a little crackly and loud.
it's not crackling loud now.
Earlier today,
Yeah, so
I was taping an interview with Dylan Tyson.
I'm listening to my.
Yeah.
I was taping an interview with Dylan Tyson on the show.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but oh well. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I did and what I didn't do, but I'm bringing the level down a little bit, so maybe that'll help some. But hopefully that'll be better. But do apologize if it's garbage. But it is what it is, folks. You're a one-man band. This is what you do, and I don't have producers. This is all me. This is me. She's part of it, but
I don't do
she just
anything.
walks on the set.
I don't do anything.
I've been upstairs today, tirelessly working on videos that I don't even know what I'm doing half the time, so all good. But so yeah, we declined to go not fireworks, 4th of July partying, but we didn't really. First time in a while, you haven't seen fireworks on 4th of July?
Other than kind of, I see when I look at you. No, I didn't. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, because most of the time, 4th of July, there's always fireworks, but there's fireworks all summer long at ballparks.
Good, I'm listening.
So, yeah, it was weird not seeing fireworks. We saw a couple out by the park, but maybe that actually helped. Let's see.
No.
It actually is better.
Well, I can't get it. Well, I'll get a little view minute. So anyway, good, continue.
Yeah, but we saw a little by the park, but that was it. It just seems kind of weird. But today's been like crazy busy. Got up, ran, did all that stuff, and then decided to plant a bunch of stuff, even though it was still kind of wet out here, which was easy because it made digging in the dirt a little bit easier.
Thank you, Melody. Appreciate it. Yeah, by the way, I meant to bring the camera down today, and I've got my studio upstairs kind of half. I got stuff scattered about. I couldn't really bring everything down I wanted to, and today this is one of the few days, probably in a while, because we're not going to get. Well, at least this week we'll probably be out here, probably. But over the weekend it's going to be 100, and then this time next week it should be hovering 100 most of the time. So I imagine we'll be either just inside or up in the office again, or who knows what we're going to do exactly. But I want to show folks. You'll bear with me here. I'm just going to move this around here, and you can kind of see the wife did the plants, and she's also where those flags are, the Penn State, SMU, and Tech flag. You can kind of make it out. There's a little, what do you call that, ground cover or something like that?
They're lantana. They're keeping lantana.
And then
the pots are hibiscus.
Yeah, the pots are hibiscus. And then you can't really see it behind, but you've got another pot of hibiscus. But she did a nice job. And she did that about, 10 minutes?
No, it wasn't 10 minutes. It probably took me about 45. It didn't take me long because all I had to do was drop the pot in there and then put the dirt around it. And then the hardest part was doing the planter part because I had to actually dig with a shovel.
WD-40 sounds. Of course she does.
But I look terrible, so you can't have it all.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
I could have done something on my face, but because I was working.
Watching TV, Netflix.
I was watching. Yeah, I was watching Amazon Prime.
Prime, yeah.
But because I was working most of the day in terms of like stuff that made me sweaty, I decided not to put on makeup because it would just sweat off. So this is what you're getting today. Sorry.
Oh well, so be it, folks. So be it. But yeah, she did a little lizard too on the.
Yeah, I'm a little. Oh yeah, look at him. I am a little upset with the flowers that are in the pot by the back gate because they looked much happier when I put them in, and now they look very droopy. So I don't know. Maybe I've done something wrong to them. I don't know. We'll have to see if they revive. If not, I may be sticking something else in that pot.
Well, about 3 weeks ago, that little spot with the flags was overrun with a bunch of brush.
Crap, and I cleaned it all out. And I was like, oh, I'll clean it all out. I'll put some plants in it, which I should have done earlier. And I like to plant zinnias. I like to plant them from seeds because they get really big. But Caroline was very worried that we might cover up the fish grave. So I decided to do something sort of low. So, and hoping it would just sort of spread. And because I think that lantana is it's called creeping lantana. It's supposed to spread out a little bit. But the hibiscus should be pretty. Those will come back every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to replant those. I don't know what to do with them in the winter. I'll have to research that later. But anyway.
Beats me, my love. Beats me. I'm not sure what you're going to do, but that's. I
That's
looked
what
out,
it is
looked
today.
out
But
the window.
I'm on my third T-shirt of the day.
Looked out the window about I don't know, about 2, and I'm like, she's out there doing something. And it didn't take very long. I mean, she got knocked out. She was back and forth from Lowe's in a matter of time, and all good. So
Well, and I
exciting.
had to, and then I was drying out the rest of the patio, in case we were using it later. I don't know what we're doing. Are we grilling chicken tonight?
Yeah, well,
Sounds delicious.
yeah, I've got to do that, and I mean, anything else they do. But I've been doing nothing but sitting at my office all day upstairs.
You've been busy.
It's ridiculous.
Been a busy guy.
Yeah, they don't. It's
Don't get any
ridiculous.
big ideas out there, Maxie.
The dog is. I'm telling you, it will be a matter of days for the dog decides that's a great place to do his business. I'm gonna laugh my
It's
ass
too
off.
small for him to do his business there.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I think he just smells something that he's not used to smelling. Look at him, that's so funny.
He's over there sniffing around.
Get out of there, Max.
Those mosquitoes out here are like, look at them on the screen there. It's like an 8-foot high mosquito. But you better learn how to farm, Mom says. Yeah, well, maybe turned over to the wife. She may have to do the actual farming. But anybody out there want to join us live? We'd love to have you. Again, this is kind of this is a Monday edition. I don't know a lot on the schedule because I didn't really, honestly, this is not what you do in this business. You don't not show prep, but really, I was working on, like I said,
Who did you interview today?
I got Dylan Tice for Wednesday's show.
Did that go well?
Yeah, it went really well. But I'm
Good.
going to have to edit it, and then I'm doing that stuff, putting content on the American Association site, and
Oh, good. Yeah, I saw your cover.
so working on those, and I got to work on the show for Thursday night, Wednesday night, and at some point the radio show for Thursday. So tomorrow's going to be a bit of a
For
beating.
somebody who's not working, you're doing a lot of work.
Yeah, well, and I'm hired. I mean, hireable. If you guys would like to pay me something, I'm all good for it.
That'd be nice.
There's Brother Greg out there. Happy 6th, Brother Gandy, and I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Oh, say hi to the
Yeah,
wife.
that's how the wife. Hope to see you guys. Hopefully, we'll see you guys out in Lubbock.
Lubbock.
Hopefully, we'll be out that way. Well, actually, the kiddo, yours did graduate, I think.
Or was he part of the non-graduating 2020?
Well, I think that's the thing. I think he was that part of that class. And but anyway, well, Greg's family is from out there, so
Yeah.
I didn't get him. But out there at Little Woodrow's out there west of
Well,
town.
it's closed down
Well, they'll be back home by then.
Yeah.
I mean, they were closed down. They had like a 10-day
to clean.
thing, so all good.
I don't know why they had to close, but Orlando's didn't. That seems a little specious.
Don't know. Let's see here. What does Mom got to say here? Supposed to be relaxing, fun, so no. Well, yeah, sort of like that. That's the idea. The show is sort of relaxing and fun and no agenda, much like sitting at a bar. Although lately, I'm sure bar conversations are
We
probably
started.
full of it. Yeah, Cedar. Oh, that's right. Started seating here. That's right. Oh yeah, we'll see you at the football out there.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed. We don't do it in the spring, but that was a rumor. Rumor today. And I don't know
How
how.
did you see this
There
rumor?
was a rumor today that there's some talk the UIL, and some of the privates might move the high school football season in Texas to spring.
So at least they'd get to play.
The only problem is you've already got
Competing
we got
spring sports.
we got a baseball season the spring baseball season for the high schools has been canceled.
That'd be really hard.
Most of those, if they played baseball, yeah, they'd be dueling at the same time.
You'd have kids having to pick, and that would be too hard.
Yeah, we hope we have it too, brother. I'm hoping we do too, man. It's
Yeah, I just got the email today from my professor that we're going to be meeting via Zoom this next semester. And as much as I said that I would be out if we were doing that, it's like, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to lose momentum. Do I want to stop? It's just one class. I don't know.
well, I saw that Harvard was charging. Was it $43,000 a year? Does that sound about right?
No, Harvard's probably more like 65.
So a semester would be about $40,000.
Yeah, maybe so.
So $40,000 a semester, and you're going to do it online. So your mom and dad, you wrote the check for now. Granted, mom and dad, if you have $40,000 just to write
Harvard.
then I'm probably, it doesn't matter to you. It's probably irrelevant. I mean, you probably don't care. But I imagine, though, if you do have to pay out of your own pocket, you're thinking, okay, I got 40 grand, I got to pay Harvard. And my kid's going to sit there and they're going to be online all year. I mean, they'll be online all next year.
Are they saying all year they're
Yeah,
going to be online?
and I'm thinking, if you're Harvard,
I don't think they're going to be paying. They don't have to pay that much. Maybe that's
no, there's no tuition drop. I read the article.
Well, the tuition may not drop, but they won't have room and board. So maybe that's the 40 grand for the whole year.
According to the article I read in the Boston Globe was in the one I saw someplace online that you're going to have to pay the full go regardless, which I'm thinking, and we've had this conversation before for you.
Well, and even with SMU with all my fees, I'm like, what? I'm not going to be able to use all the stuff that my fees are supposed to cover.
But again, it's those people are in business to make money too, and
I don't know.
I get it. I mean, the airline's having to try to make it go. Everybody's trying to make it go, but that was the rumor. And the rumor was the UIL, and they actually quoted one of our rival schools in Dallas that the First Baptist Academy coach.
Are they even sport? Do they do sports?
Well, go ahead, Taylor.
Do they do sports still at First Baptist?
Why would they not do sports? Of course they do sports. They didn't stop doing sports. What's wrong with you?
I didn't know.
Of course they do sports. They're smaller. They're the same classification as Prince of Peace.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Sorry, guys. Yes. First Baptist Academy still does sports. Anyway, their coach, I think he's their first or second year coach, was the one that's kind of put this idea out there. A lot of UIL guys have jumped on it as well, which in Texas, the publics and privates are separate. But there was a little wave. I don't know. And the joke of the whole deal was that, the UIL's on it right now. It'll take the NCAA to 3 months to get it caught up, and so who knows what happened there. But yeah, hopefully it was cousin Blake as well. Hopefully, brother Gandy, we will see each other in the Hub City this fall. And of course, we'd love to see games of the Hilltop too. I know we want to do that. So let's see.
Yeah, one of my seniors just committed to SMU.
Yeah, and my nephew's actually going to be a senior, and he'd be playing fall. He'd be playing football this fall. Yeah, well, senior high school. He'd be playing at Cistercian this fall here in Dallas, and there's a chance he might be playing spring football where he graduates. He's going to the college tours right now. He's actually in the Carolinas.
I'm surprised they still traveled with all everything going south.
I just think that's you, babe. Looking at the trees, buildings. Yes, he's looking at. Max was in the Carolinas. He's at North Carolina. I think he's going to check out Wake, University of North Carolina. I think Clemson. And then they're going to be flying up to Michigan. Going to look at Michigan State. I assume Michigan. Then he's going to go back to Notre Dame.
Not to drink the water.
He's been Flint. He's been to Notre Dame before, but he's actually had a pretty good tour before. I guess it was after his sophomore year, but he's been up there a couple times. But
he needs to go visit Penn State.
I think that was on his list of schools he's going to apply to, but I don't think they were going to get through there this trip. But they were planning
to go. I need to go with them, but I don't know if I want to fly.
Well, again, it's all you, baby. It's hard to get to Penn State from here.
I did it plenty of times.
Well, that was when you were 20-some-odd years old.
Popped in Nodos and drove 23 hours straight.
Speeding from Waco to there because you're trying to get out of Waco so fast.
I did try to get out.
Which I don't blame you.
I did try to get out of Waco.
But yeah, he's going to have to do the college visits, kind of, I say virtually, kind of.
Without anything formal.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be no, and even the orientations. I know that somebody was telling me, one of my friends was telling me their kid was doing orientation virtually for Texas Tech, and they had to go online. The kid was in Hawaii with the family on a extended vacation. They've been out there for months, and apparently the kid had to get up like 4 a.m. to get the Hawaiian time for the orientation that began at Central Time at noon. So something like that. But anyway, it's a different time, no doubt for sure. I was talking to Dylan Tice today. Dylan is a phenomenal young man. He plays for the Milwaukee Milkmen of the American Association. Former T-Bone would have been a big part of what we had this year with our club. He's one of our best players we've ever had. And Dylan and I were talking off the mic about some of the things that were going on. And
Did he give you any clues?
Well, and it's some of the things that I've talked about. That this thing there's a set of rules. School, high school football, airlines, restaurants, there's a set of basic rules we have, right? Mask, social distancing, 6 feet apart, whatever. There's a set of rules. there's also things we don't account for that they pop up. And when they pop up, it's changed on the fly. And it's been that way for them. He said they had several instances where they thought they knew sort of what the deal was, but then all of a sudden, here comes a new situation, and they're like, oh,
And the
wait.
coach got kicked out.
And
Rejected.
yeah, but everything is new. I mean, everything. No one's been down this before. No one has ever dealt with this before. And you're going to have a lot of folks that are going to be taking notes and what's going on in leagues like that. And granted, they had a positive test. One of the problems that they're having at a small level, and I think the Major League Baseball folks are going to see this. I wish Ryan was here because he could jump in with this. But one thing that Major League Baseball is going to find out is that you cannot have tests and not get them back quickly. I mean, that's one of the problems. You're getting tests, but they're so backlogged that if let's say you test on a Monday and you play all week, 5 games of baseball, and suddenly on a Friday those tests come back, and you had 3 guys that tested positive. You've had 3 guys test positive who played all week, who have other players on both teams who could have been exposed. And, that's the problem. And Dylan and I were talking today, said, by and
Are
large,
they living in close quarters?
no, but I mean, but they're in the clubhouse, the dugout, their teammates,
And they're all in close
the
quarters.
game itself has not really changed. He said, really, you're on the field, you don't really think about it. But, you do know it's different. There's a certain little list of things you're not
They have to
supposed to do.
spread out in the dugout?
A little bit. They do the national anthem. So every day is
Spread
a
out.
certain spread out. But he said, really, there's certain things that are happening that just that happen that change on the fly. So we've had probably a half dozen little odds and ends, and I think that's kind of we're all like that. I think schools, bars, restaurants, whatever, we're all kind of changing on the fly, and I think that's something we have to do. I know we've talked about it. Our church was scheduled to open up on the 19th of July.
Not
And
anymore.
they're not going to be, well, I should say open up. They're open. They're doing services virtually online, but they were going to have full-blown distancing services, 3 different services, Spanish, traditional, and a contemporary, and that's been put on hold. I think everything's kind of like that. We're kind of ebbs and flows. So I go back to the whole thing about high school football. It's possible. I mean, it's very, very possible. He's going to go to Duke, NC, William & Lee, Virginia, Wake Forest.
Washington.
Yes. Okay. Oh, William & Lee. Okay.
It's Washington Lee, I think she.
Okay, well, my mom, it's okay. You can jump on her a
That's
little
right.
bit.
W&L. She's got that right.
Chime in.
She probably knows that. She probably just typed it in wrong.
All good, all good. I'm glad you guys were along. If you would like to jump on and join us in the green room. No one really does that. I know it's intimidating.
I don't know why.
Well, because it's, A, there's no one watching, and B, people don't stay around long enough. They don't stay around very long. So, but if you would like to jump in, you can do that right there. It's kind of a drive-by show. You kind of come and go and grab a drink and on your way. But as far as the week's concerned, I mean, there's not really, we were kind of looking forward to the 4th. I think now we're kind of just, we're going to walk into whatever summer we've got and the odd summer that it is. So it's kind of what you got going
on? Gosh, I wish I had something to say. I don't have anything going on other than reading, and prepping for next year. But the thing is with prepping for next year, we don't even really know what it's going to look like. So it's hard to prep. It's hard to know to prep for something you may be doing online. I mean, I guess I could get sort of a game plan going because we're on this new schedule and I've some new schedule next year. So I suppose I could do that. But I plan on meeting with Michael so that we can kind of get our heads together on what it's going to look like first. So.
How great! Let's shift things now. Actually, I'm going to put this on the screen so you guys can see this. My wife can see it. Don't close your eyes so you don't look yet, because I don't want you to see this just yet. Oh, sorry. Yeah, rinsing on the fly here. Yeah, talk about yourselves. Yeah, mosquitoes are just killer.
Mosquitoes are bad.
They've been bad. Let's see here. There you
Can I
go.
look up now?
There's your topic right there.
Oh, how great is Yellowstone, man! That's a great. I told him last night that an hour isn't long enough for that show, and I'm starting to get to the point that we shouldn't be watching it on Sunday nights. We should let it go a couple of weeks and then be able to watch it like 3 hours of it because it's just not enough. I mean, There were so many one-liners that are so
like
good.
most shows this day and age, there's everything's kind of flat. I mean, it's not. There's nothing really.
No high drama.
There's nothing really great about the show. Nothing really. And I don't know how real it is. It's not. You're not getting a history lesson. You're not getting. You're if anything, getting an immorality lesson.
Yeah.
There's not a. This is not like. I don't want to say it's groundbreaking stuff, but it's very interesting stuff, and it's like a lot of shows out there that don't really have much. There's not a lot of redeeming value. But that being said, I can say it for about 9 out of 10 shows. I can't think of many shows that have really.
Well, well, yeah, it does, because you get so invested in the characters. But it highlights the idea of how much the system is is run by people in power, and whatever that power structure is, because it's different in Montana than it is here. And we were talking about this yesterday when we were driving by Preston Center. Why are you doing that?
What? Continue. Tom, I don't know what you're even talking about.
We were talking about Preston Center going up and it being, Mark Cuban's land or whatever, and I was like, I wonder if some of those deals go down the same way they go down in Yellowstone. Backroom deals. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, kind of. Big boys in a room, sort of playing. And I don't know if there are any women in that room. I mean, the governor, at least on this show, is female. There's some powerful women in this show. And then a huge contingency of Native Americans, but everybody's flawed. And again, I think that's the thing I like about the show, is it's not just the white guys that are flawed. The Native Americans are flawed. Women are flawed, men are flawed, everyone's flawed. The cowboys are. I mean, it's a complicated world. People are complicated, business is complicated, and I'm boring you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the
I'm talking
show.
about English class.
Why?
It's like you're like really. I was just trying to say it's not like groundbreaking, but it's good.
It's good. That's why it's good.
Right.
Because the characters are complex.
You're going to see Ellen out there. By the way, Mom says, hold on, we'll get back to that. Doctor in Midland has an interesting treatment for COVID, symptomatic COVID. Saw a YouTube report. It's kind of a red flag. Saw a YouTube report. He's a tech grad, Dr. Richard Barrett. And she says, his report be published on America Can We Talk at Gmail. Huh, how about that? All right, well, we'll have to check that out, Mom. I saw today, as far as that's concerned, before we jump back on the whole Yellowstone, I did see today that I thought it was 11, I think it was 11, I think that's the number, 11 trials that are going on right now. That are currently, they're actually people documenting how that works.
Well, there's several of them in stage 3.
Yeah,
and the next one is they roll them out.
Yeah,
and they're hoping
they're running at various points. But yes, so anyway, good to see Tom Jeffrey. You must not be flying today, brother. Good to see you up there.
Yeah, what's live flying? Are you flying more, Thomas Jeffrey?
He doesn't fly. He flies, Tom flies the big jets, but he flies them for FedEx. So he's I'm assuming you're, I think the schedule's pretty similar.
And you don't have to you don't have all that drama with like passengers and I don't know. I think that would be if I were a pilot, I think I would go the route Thomas Jeffrey did. Yeah. That's a cool gig.
Well, back to the Yellowstone deal. When it first came out, I was kind of. We were late to the party. We didn't start watching it until about a month ago, maybe less. We breezed through the first 3 seasons, and
we stayed up way too late watching them.
Probably, if I would have actually done my research, I probably would have jumped in right away. As Kevin Costner, I've always thought greatness. I mean, two of my favorite, two of the best baseball movies of all time. Really 3 if you count The Love of the Game, Bull Durham, and. Sorry about that.
And I like The Upside of Anger. He was in that too.
Yes, based on Denny McLain.
Love it.
Actually, Upside of Anger, he's a former ball player / radio guy, which is based on Denny McLain.
Yeah.
Former Tiger and former was he a 30-game winner, I believe, the last one we had back in the 70s, who did serve some time in the federal lockup. But I've actually had Denny on my broadcast a couple of years ago, Gary, but Field of Dreams as well. Those are all baseball show. big baseball guy. So I've always had a thing for his work. I think one of my favorite movies of all time, one called Revenge, that he was in with Madeline Stowe, and had it was him. And I'm trying to think who was the.
I know I saw that.
Anthony Quinn was the drug lord in Mexico. Very cool. Anyway, I always liked his work. I mean, Dancing with Wolves was great, all that. So, but I didn't really realize. I guess I didn't realize. I kind of thought maybe he was a cameo in it. I didn't really do enough research in the stuff.
Yeah,
and then when I saw who he was, I saw the cast interviews after season, maybe a month ago. I thought we recorded the season 1. They had on Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
They all the episodes recorded just to give us a shot. And I got to tell you, I'm glad
we couldn't put it down. It was really good.
We've actually had some pretty. I mean, when it's all said and done, whenever this thing's over, we will watch.
Way too much TV.
Yeah, but I mean, but the goal. My initial goal was to get through Breaking Bad because I never saw Breaking Bad. Did that?
I didn't realize that goal was going to be completed so early in the game.
Yeah. I was like, well, I will get Breaking Bad done, then I'll be ready for the season. Well, then came Better Call Saul. Okay, and now we're like 4 shows down the road now. We're into what are we doing now? Heart of Dixie now, which
we did Virgin River. We did
Virgin River's good, but there's some campiness out there.
All Americans.
It's kind of campy. All Americans campy.
Ballers, pretty good.
Well, yeah, I've been watching that over my travel. That's kind of my airplane travel because it's always on the box set on American, and then Ballers, and then we just picked up Barry.
Watched a couple of episodes. Pretty dark, but good. And I'm watching Upload. I just found that today.
Yeah, that's on Amazon. I've seen that's. I don't know if you like
The Good Place.
The Good Place. You'll like Upload. It's more of maybe a thinking man's Upload.
It's an interesting mix between The Good Place, and you're gonna go, I'm out, but it's a good thing. It's between The Good Place and Black Mirror. Not in the dark way that Black Mirror is. It's just the high-tech sort of futuristic kind of idea that a lot of the Black Mirror ones have in terms of technology. So if you're into AI and that kind of stuff, it's really, really cool. I like that they start with a conflict right away, and you're sort of like, and I like that that's what catches you. It's the same with Yellowstone every season. You're like, there's a huge problem they're trying to work through. There's a huge problem that he's trying to work through. And I'm ready for them to sort of move forward on it. But it's an interesting show.
But here's the trick, though. Once this all is done, how are we going to get caught up in all this crap again?
Never.
I mean, we're going to be watching.
Never.
We're going to inevitably. It's kind of like when I was one season I got into.
Because we don't watch TV.
House of Cards, for example, and when I fell behind, and never caught up again. Then I kind of do it. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's like me with Shameless.
Yeah, Shameless.
I watched like a season.
Actually, Shameless is what I am caught up on because I've watched that.
Never caught up.
That's for the baseball season.
And I like what's his name, William Macy.
Yeah.
William Macy. Yeah, I'll never get caught up because we don't watch TV during school. I don't have time between school and tutoring if there is some. God help us, hope so. And SMU, I just no time.
And we made the rounds of it. Yellowstone had and this is, I can't say this for a lot of shows. I told you last night, in the span of about 2 minutes, 2 of the funniest lines, and there's no reason we had, but there's 2 hilarious lines back to back.
And I love
in
that.
2 minutes, and usually, that's how good they are. They had these back to back boom hilarious zingers,
good.
And then another minute later, the guy, one of the main characters is going to be one of the ambulance.
Get out of that, Matt.
It's just crazy. Sorry, dog. Sorry, folks. The dog getting scolded.
Down to my new flower beds.
But just we're at the point now where we're at the point about watching, and this happened to us recently. When we're watching Better Call Saul, or actually watching Breaking Bad, we didn't have to worry about any of that. It was all in the can. We just went boom, boom, boom.
There's no more.
Better Call Saul, we got the first 4 seasons or 3 or 4, and we realized, oh crap, the 5th one we didn't have because it wasn't on Netflix or whatever.
So we had to
buy it, which
buy it.
Then we went through it. Yellowstone, we got caught up, and now we're like waiting week to week, and that's now back to the old school, but it was before.
Oh.
When you had to wait for a week until the next show.
We need to get that needs to not be a thing in this world
And
anymore.
you brought up a suggestion. You said this, and I have to give it to what I've done before. I used to do the very same thing with shows like Entourage and others. I would record I'd record them, and I'd fight it. Wouldn't look at the social boards. Hey, did you see Entourage last night? I'm like, no, or don't tell me. I got it.
Spoil it.
And so I'd wait and get 3 ahead. Then I would knock off 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah, we might have to
Mini
because
binge.
one show is not enough. I mean, like you're just
Well,
because we were watching.
I look up at here's the first commercial, I get 7-minute mark. Here's the second one at 13-minute mark. I'm like,
What?
I'm going, I got 47 more minutes. And all of a sudden it's like, oh,
It's like,
it's
you
like
only have 20 minutes left. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was just not good.
yeah, crazy. Good to see Renee out there. Hope you're doing well up at the South Shore. Like good fireworks too there in Gary this weekend too.
Yeah, y'all had people out of the park. Lucky ducky.
Yeah, it's not happening anywhere else. Yeah, just weird times we're in weird times. Well, that's pretty much it today. I don't have anything. Just a bunch of hot air to talk about.
We're
Really.
in about an hour.
Yeah, we're about an hour. The mosquitoes are just brutal. I didn't realize how bad they were in Texas. I really forgot how bad they were. This is like the Mozzies in Australia, where there was a Christmas over there, close out at a friend of mine's house, out close to Fremantle. It was brutal. I mean, they were so bad. They were like planes landing. They were so huge. These things were huge. Let's see here. Mom says, I haven't had my TV on probably 4 total hours the last 3 months. Hallmark Channel shows. What are those?
Those are kind of like sappy, happy.
Like after school specials or?
No, they're more sort of romance and sort of like happily ever after movies.
Huh.
I'm not into happily ever after. I mean, except for with you. But I don't like shows that are happily. I like things to be more complicated than that.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah, well, we'll be back on we actually have, we're for us, the Heart of Dixie, which ran from 2011 to 2015, or was it 12 to 16? Anyway, we got a 70, let's see now, we have 63 more episodes. We're fine. We're on our right
got
time.
2 days.
We got at least, good to see Brooke out there as well, Jeff Miller,
Probably got another.
Brooke out Oregon, and Jeff there in KC. Glad you guys are along. Hope everybody's doing well today and hanging in there, fighting through it. All that good stuff. We've had another good, solid hour of happy hour here. We've had Kansas City, West Texas, San Antonio, Oregon, Australia,
Where the Gandys live?
Chicagoland, Houston. What else am I missing here? DFW, Washington, D.C.,
Melanie,
out
Argyle.
area. So we've had a pretty good collection of folks checking in today. So it's all good. But Wednesday, same time, same place.
I'll let you sign off.
Same time, same place. I will sign off. Same time, same place on Wednesday. Just move this over toward me. Here we go. But Father grow up. Same time, same place on Wednesday.
Oh, you have a guest that wants to come on.
The cat wants to come in. She's going to come out here and fight the mosquitoes with me, I guess. But Wednesday, 5:00 Central Time, and we will be back on, and we'll recap.
Out of the closet.
We'll recap the week that's been so far. We'll also get you set up for the Talking Baseball Australia show that'll come up on Wednesday night, Thursday morning in Australia, Wednesday night here, and talk a little bit about some of the odds and ends I've been working on as well, just here and there. But you guys know the drill. Let's see here. Mom says you're on Amazon Prime. You're my age. You have to minus encounters happily ever after. There's enough of this world to challenge your mind. Yes, definitely enough to challenge your mind. No doubt about it. You got to give suggestions a shot, Mom. They're pretty good. Yellowstone's actually pretty good, Mom. It's binge worthy. Yeah, I think you'd like Yellowstone.
Yeah, they're nice.
For sure. But all good. We'll be back here on the show on Wednesday. So don't forget the reminders here. There's your social channels right there. You can find me. There they are. Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Also the website. Kind of adding some things here and there on that, but you can also check out my website, danvaughnjr.com. It's got some some odds and ends if you're really bored, but there's nothing really to be bored about right now. No great breaking content there, but those 3 spots are good places to start right there. And of course, the cooking show is up on the YouTube channel as well, and you can see it right there. The Broadcaster Can Cook. I actually shot a little video this weekend. We had a great spread. I'm going to show that to you in a moment before I sign off. What we had. See you, Melody. You can see out there as well. Glad you joined us, but there you go. That's on YouTube right there. And then bring this down. Oh, sorry about that. I had the video earlier, and I was trying to download. Let me see what download. It may not download still. I'm trying to download a video to give you guys. No, it's still processing, but what it's telling me is it's still processing. But I want to show you guys at least a still. But I'll give you this shot on Wednesday's show. Give you some video on Wednesday. But here is what we saw 2 nights ago here at the house. This is a traffic jam. Well, not quite. We're missing the shrimp on this shot. But here is the grill shots. I don't know if the there you go. There's that's before. Let's go this way. I got one that's got the traffic jam. Well, maybe not. Hope I do. Nope, that's me and Ryan Hyatt. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know where they all. Well, anyway, this is the shot. I'll give you a whole shot of it on Wednesday. This is the grill right there, full shot of the grill. You can see it. There's the corn, steaks, lobster tails. We did not have a shot of the shrimp, but I'll get that video to you guys on Wednesday so you guys can check all that out too. But anyway, all good. That was the Wednesday. That was the Saturday edition, and we will do that again. I'll show you that video on Wednesday. So I'll bring that off for you guys. It's that time again. Close sign is up, and we will see you guys later on this week on Wednesday, 5 o'clock, 6 a.m. in Western Australia, if you want to adjust your timepiece that way. So it's time to say goodbye for now. And again, thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm glad you guys did. And again, hug somebody close to you. Tell them you love them. Show them love. Let's all have some empathy and all love each other more here. This crazy, crazy time. Until Wednesday, have a great rest of your night, everybody. See you then. Virtual happy hour is in the book. See you later.